But the question is, are we accessing these ARVs as a country? That is a question I think we should have asked ourselves and answered before anything else. That it is unacceptable where I come from. In a family, you produce food and your people cannot eat food, and then you're exporting the food. In where I come from in Bushenyi, there's a time when, like they said, our children were having kwashako, and yet we produce a lot of food, we produce a lot of milk. So we need to answer that question in terms of how can our government, how can we as partners make sure that we are not producing for other countries, the 33 that I had, and the 13 that are already accessing, and our own people here are not able. So we must sit on the table in terms of the partnerships, and we must challenge government. We must challenge finance to say that it is unacceptable that your people have to continue getting ARVs from elsewhere when others are getting it from here. We must address those issues that are not allowing quality chemical to give us medicine as people living with HIV here, and they are giving to others. For me, like my mother would say, it is a shame, and may her soul rest in peace. She would say that it is a shame, it is a shame, and it is a shame. And I want to use her spirit to say, it is a shame, it is a shame, it is a shame. And as I conclude, this is going to be my last, is to say that I want to implore and urge Quality Chemical that we cannot end the situation that I saw here unless we also invest in making sure that we scale up production of ARVs for prevention. I would want us to remain with the 1.4 million people. That's how we are going to sustain the response. And therefore, ladies and gentlemen and others in the room, we now must also talk prevention. How do we make sure, and now this goes to my brother here, yes. One of the other challenges that we have as a country that I'm glad you're saying you're addressing and dealing with is that Uganda participates, and Dr. Kareb is there, participates in almost all the studies, trials in this world. But we are the last to get the products to our people. And one of the challenges and the roadblocks is around National Drug Authority. So I want to buy into your idea that we don't need to keep waiting for people to die, for people to get infected, because now we are having the highest number of HIV new infections, and yet we have 3 products. And I'm glad that you're taking that up. But we took long. When Zimbabwe picked it up, we should have been the first. That by now would be having young people, would be having people who need treatment, who need prevention on prevention. And the reason is we take a lot of time in processes, in like protocols, why? And yet people are dying, people are getting really infected. Honorable Bitesha, when I started talking about my HIV status, I was 24. By that time, we had limited tools for prevention. Today, there are young people who are getting newly infected with HIV at my age when I got infected. And for them, they would never forgive us. They would never understand why we cannot get them the tools that they need so that they are able to prevent, so that they are able to live better lives, productive lives. I don't want anybody to say that even when you're positive, you're living a productive life. Yes, it is, but it is a controlled life. So all we are saying is, let's join hands and embrace everything. And let's work with Quality Chemical to make sure that the production that even they also join us as we campaign to make sure that these products are here, to get even learn when it is, you know, like out there, so that at the end of the day, people have options and choices. And that's how we are going to sustain the response. Thank you.